Let's go, baby. 2-0 to kick off the 2024 season. We started out incredibly strong. We took care of business. We protected the football and ultimately walked away with a W. Valiant effort to the Denver Broncos, making things interesting down the stretch. I personally would have loved to have saw a shutout, but we put ourselves in a situation where we did not give up a touchdown, and that's big for the confidence of our defense. Let's just get this straight out the gate. I know a ton of people are probably talking about the quarterback position. Man, Justin Fields hasn't thrown for more 100, 200 yards in the last 2 games. Oh boy, it seems like we're constantly having big plays that's getting called back. We have to talk about our lack of discipline on the line. Broderick Jones, 3 goddamn penalties on 1 drive. That is terrible, atrocious. We cannot have that happen. And George Pickens has been robbed of about well over 100 yards thus far in this season alone through 2 games and a touchdown as well on a ticky-tack, offensive picking, offensive pass interference call that they had on Van Jefferson. But that's neither here nor there. We took care of the business. We took care of the ball. And above all else, we won the game. Justin Fields may not play the incredibly sexy kind of quarterback play that you might get from a prime Russell Wilson that we got to hope that we have on our sideline. But he protects the football. We eat clock, which is the most important in my opinion, because knowing that we can go on those 6, 7, 8-minute drives, methodically and meticulously moving the football down the field, I love that. Knowing that our defense is going to take care of business. Boswell continuing to do what he does best, and that's put the ball through the uprights. Our defense with another 2 takeaways. We had a pair of sacks where Bo Nix just essentially appeared to have tripped, but Highsmith and Watt, you both got some credit that was there. We had a ton of sure tackling through the first 2.5 quarters, and then things started looking a little bit interesting in the mid-3rd quarter. I don't know if we took our foot off the brake from a tackling perspective, but there were way too much gashing plays that happened. But then again, we're Pittsburgh Steelers fans. We're accustomed to that. On the ground, 141 yards collectively. Love to see that. Running the football down the throats of our opposition is the Pittsburgh Steelers way. But the biggest issue that we have to get fixed is the penalties. Double-digit penalties, ridiculous. We cannot go out there and shoot ourselves in the foot, let alone on our offensive drives when we're taking points off the board, taking yards off the field. Cannot have that happen. Defensively, if we're going to mess around and have a penalty, at least let it be for, let's say, a personal foul where you hit somebody way too hard, but you let them know it's going to be a long day. Not saying go out there and be dirty, but we've got to be smarter. We got to know our alignment, our assignment, our responsibility, but we protected the football once again. Back-to-back weeks, 0 turnovers, enough to walk away with the W, and we've got to keep this momentum because guess what? We got blessed again. Cleveland may have been able to survive out in Jacksonville, but Cincinnati shot themselves in the foot. Baltimore shot themselves in the foot. Granted, it's still incredibly early in the season. However, the bigger the gap that we can get at this stage, knowing how our history has been the last 5 years, the better. Because there's gonna come a point in which we mess around and we start going downhill. And this small gap that we're able to build at this point will be incredibly beneficial when that time just so happens to come. I would hope that it doesn't come. But one way or another, we got ourselves the W. I liked what I saw from Najee Harris, 1 yard off from 70 yards. I really enjoyed what I saw from George Pickens, the plays that we saw on the field. Granted, the box score is going to say 2 catches, 29 yards, but we know what we saw. We saw a guy who's able to snag the football from anywhere on the field. We finally started getting Freiermuth, going. I'd like to see more of that as well. But above all else, I like the brand of football that we're playing. If we can just get, the lack of, or I should say the penalties down, we'll start to see those scores go up. Arthur Smith, you're doing a good job thus far. Let's continue to dominate, not only on the ground, but above all else, at that time of possession. Because the less amount of time that our defense is on the field, the more the energy that TJ Watt, Alex Highsmith, Minkah Fitzpatrick, Joey Porter Jr., Patrick Queen, and all these guys are going to have to go out there and wreak havoc on the opposition. So we got 2 down. We've got 15 more to go. I constantly forget it's a 17-game season. But we take it 1 week at a time. We got ourselves a W, and for the second week in a row, we celebrating all Sunday night. But we back to work tomorrow. Get your hands up in here. Steelers on 3, win on 6. 1, 2, 3, Steelers. 4, 5, 6, win. Let's go, baby. Big time W. We 2-0.
Congratulations! Oh my God.
All these knockout commentaries had me thinking, why don't I knock someone out myself? So I came up with Knockdown Tea, guaranteed to help you sleep longer, sleep better, relax, and restore. Passion fruit flavored, so you know it's good. Simply take it 30 minutes to an hour before you go to sleep, and our slogan is 1 cup down for the count, 2 cups, throw in the towel. So make sure you click the link in my description. Head over to knockdowntea.com and grab your first pack today. I appreciate you watching the entire video. Feel free to hit that like button if you enjoyed it. Furthermore, hit that subscribe if you hadn't already. YouTube acknowledged me with 100,000 subscribers, but they've given me nothing since. Help me get to 1 million so I can put it up on the wall. It's up there by itself.